Senator, would you like to proceed on SB 765?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I heard that the special order of business was delayed for another week. This bill really does follow on the examination of the Public Utilities Commission. 765 would require the PUC to create an independent entity to be known as the California Market Transformation Administrator, or CalMTA, to coordinate the state's energy efficiency market transformation activities. Specifically, the bill would direct the PUC to contract with an independent entity with a mission that is aligned with promoting energy efficiency and conservation by July 2017. The new entity would have two functions. First, it would coordinate the planning and execution of the state's efforts to advance energy efficiency through long-term market transformation strategies. Second, the CalMTA would advise on and otherwise assist the CPUC with the coordination of the demand-side energy management programs it oversees to maximize cost-effective environmental and economic benefits. Both of these functions are critical to create increasingly larger energy savings in California. As the analysis pointed out, studies have shown that California hasn't successfully utilized energy efficiency market transformation as a tool to realize deeper cuts in our energy demand. 765 does not take away administration of the programs from the IOUs. It seeks to build upon and work with existing IOU energy efficiency programs. The standalone entity will be responsible for planning, coordinating, and managing the execution of statewide energy efficiency market transformation initiatives subject to the PUC oversight. With me today to testify in support of 765 is Haley Goodson, hello dear, with the Utility Reform Network, or TURN, and I ask for your aye vote.
Good morning, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. I'm Haley Goodson, and I have represented TURN before the PUC and energy efficiency proceedings for more than a decade. It is with great pleasure that I'm here today to testify on behalf of SB 765, and I want to first express our gratitude for Senator Wolk for the opportunity to work together on this bill. Now, the existing utility energy efficiency portfolios do many things to encourage energy efficiency, but they do not undertake strategic, long-term, statewide market transformation initiatives. I'm going to provide you with a couple of examples of what a market transformation initiative would look like, and then tell you what's taking place in the existing portfolios. The first example has to do with LED light bulbs. Now, LED light bulbs should become a mainstream product for consumers across the state of California. LED bulbs, high-quality LED bulbs, save more energy than yesterday's darling, the CFL. They last much longer. They light up immediately, and they don't create a hazmat situation when they break because they don't contain mercury. But there are significant market barriers to widespread consumer adoption of LED bulbs, and as a result, we don't see them in homes across the state. For instance, they are expensive. They are not stocked in many stores that consumers go to buy light bulbs, and many consumers don't know the benefits that these bulbs offer and why they're worth the price. Now, in parts of the country that have successful, well-established market transformation administrators, they are working strategically to make LED bulbs mainstream by having region-wide upstream buy-down programs that reduce the price of the bulbs, and also to ensure that bulbs are available at all kinds of retailers in the region. So not just the home improvement stores, but also Target and Walmart and neighborhood hardware stores, particularly the franchised ones like Ace and Ace Hardware and True Value hardware stores.
We don't have opposition to the bill, so if you can sum up your comments. We also have other supporters, so maybe
I will be happy to.
pair of sentences. Sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'll be happy to do that. So these other regions do have a broad strategy so that anywhere a consumer goes, they find a deeply discounted bulb on the shelf wherever they shop. Now, in California, the utilities do have upstream lighting buy-down programs, and they do target LEDs to some extent. But each of the 3 major electric IOUs has its own separate program that contracts only with 2 major retailers, just Lowe's and Home Depot. And the price point of those bulbs is significantly higher than in other parts of the country. As a result, California consumers that don't go to Lowe's or Home Depot to buy light bulbs aren't going to have access to this discounted bulb, which is a superior product, offering both utility bill savings and progress through our greenhouse gas emission goals in the state of California. A second example, which I think is critical for many parts of the state where people rely on air conditioning units, has to do with low code compliance rates in the residential air conditioning market. In California, 800,000 air conditioning units are replaced residentially, and very few have permits pulled. I understand I should stop here. Needless to say, the utilities work at the margins of this problem to deal with air conditioning efficiency, but they do not have a comprehensive strategy in the way that other parts of the country do approach this issue. Now, it is true that adding a new
We
statewide...
support the bill so far. You understand that, right?
Thank you very much.
Okay, that's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's hear from the other supporters.
Chair members, Rebecca Lee on behalf of the Office of Ratepayer Advocates. We are in strong support of this measure. We do believe that given that the ratepayers currently fund more than $1 billion a year to support energy efficiency programs, that it is important to dedicate a portion of those funding to activities to facilitate longer-term strategic, comprehensive initiatives to bring about business and consumer behavior and saving energy. So we look forward to working with the author's office as this bill moves forward. Thank you.
Thank you, members of the committee. Stephanie Chen for the Greenlighting Institute. We are in support of this bill. Many of the families that we represent are working families, and quite frankly, we need a game changer when it comes to energy efficiency. And we hope that the proposed MTA will be able to do that over time. We are in conversations with the bill's sponsor to make sure that equitable provisions and equitable outcomes come out of this, but we have strong confidence that this will really change the energy efficiency landscape for working families. Thank you.
Matt Klopfenstein with CSC, the Center for Sustainable Energy. We're strongly in support of the bill.
Eddie Moreno on behalf of Sierra Club California. We're excited about this bill and we urge your support.
And it has come to my attention there's opposition to the bill, so we'll hear from the opposition. If you want to come forward.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, Valerie Vlahos with PG&E, and we do have an opposed position. PG&E and the other IOUs have successfully led the development of energy efficiency in California for over 40 years. Our portfolio of initiatives touches every customer segment, and it builds upon our strengths of coordinating with many actors in the energy efficiency ecosystem, POUs, the Department of Energy, retailers, distributors, manufacturers. Just to respond to some of the points in the analysis which focus on a white paper that has been the subject of a robust discussion that is ongoing at the PUC, we are indeed customer service organizations. We are a trusted energy advisor for our customers. And we have that strong footing that gives us that entryway to these innovative companies, how to have the desire to work with us. We have a track record of developing these programs, of which it sounds like maybe we're running out of time for me to go into an example of. But I guess what I would say is there's been some progress in making some changes on the structural framework or the policies behind these programs, like instead of the short-term cycles, we now have a long-term funding cycle, a 10-year horizon at the PUC. We think that's one step towards enabling this longer-term view that's needed. But there's other policy changes that are needed, and SB 765 doesn't deal with those changes, such as how energy efficiency programs are evaluated, or how cost effectiveness is determined, or how we estimate the energy efficiency savings from these particular programs. So PG&E wants to be a successful provider of these market transformation programs, and we would welcome the continuation of this discussion, but we think that the approach in this bill is almost like throwing the baby out with the bathwater, where we need to, instead of just, to use another analogy, instead of just handing the keys over to another organization, we'd like to have the discussion of looking under the hood and seeing what changes have to be made to make any program administrator successful in this space. So unfortunately, at this time, we have to ask for your no vote.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman Hueso and members. Nick Pappas with Southern California Edison. Respectfully, we are opposed. I want to apologize to the committee and the author that our opposition letter was delayed and didn't make it into the analysis. Echoing the comments of PG&E, one significant concern for us is related to the ongoing work in this area at the Public Utilities Commission. We recognize that there are current barriers with the current structure towards market transformation. But rather than addressing some of those barriers, this bill would shift the administration without conducting that important analysis. Notably, the staff report from the PUC in December made no recommendation as to who should administer, recognizing benefits both to continuing with the current momentum of existing program administration as well as potential benefits from alternative administration structures. The study recommended that this continue to be analyzed, discussed, and a conclusion and recommendation should come from the Phase 3 of the PUC's ongoing energy efficiency rulemaking. We agree that additional analysis and discussion is merited, and we would urge the committee to wait until further conclusions are taken from that proceeding to take action on this issue. Thank you.
Anyone else out there?
Tamara Raspberry on behalf of the Semper Energy Utilities, San Diego Gas and Electric, and the Southern California Gas Company. Also respectfully oppose the bill. As my sister utility stated earlier, I'll just echo their comments about this is a very premature solution to an ongoing problem of narrowing the gap of energy efficiency. Where can we find deeper savings? As Senator Pavley's bill did, her military bill did earlier, of measuring from existing conditions. We think that the path towards meeting the governor's goals and the goals that the legislature sets on energy efficiency should be achieved on narrowing those gaps, not creating a new layer of a bureaucratic agency funded by ratepayers to a narrowly defined goal that doesn't have a guarantee of a positive outcome. So with that, we oppose the bill.
Very well. Anyone else? Do we have any questions or comment from committee members? Senator Hill?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I think this is a great idea for Senator Wolk. Just my experience in some of the programs that the PUC establishes and contracts that they let, sometimes they're not the best at managing those contracts or watching them carefully. And so I just wanted to just make a suggestion that perhaps we could, any controls that may go, as it goes forward, some controls that could be put in place to monitor the contracts to make sure that they're moving in the right direction. And certainly you as budget chair of the subcommittee could make sure that that occurs as well. So thank you, and be happy to move the bill.
Okay, we have a motion. Senator, would you like to close?
Yes, I thank you, Senator Hill. We are very much interested in measurement and evaluation, and so that we arrive at the most cost-effective mechanisms for energy efficiency and get them into the marketplace. So with that, I would ask for your, thank you for the discussion. We will continue to work with those who are opposed to make this a better bill. I'll ask for your aye vote.
Okay, very well. We have a motion. Clerk, please, and that's do pass to approbes. Clerk, please call the roll.
Do pass to Senate Appropriations. Hueso?
Aye.
Hueso, aye. Fuller? Canela? Canela, no. Hertzberg? Hertzberg, aye. Hill? Hill, aye. Lara? Leyva? Leyva, aye. McGuire? Morel? Morel, no. Pavley? Pavley, aye. Wolk?
Aye.
Wolk, aye. 6-2. It has enough
Okay,
votes.
6-2, and we'll hold the roll open for absent members. Senator Hill, you're presenting on SB 18.
I am, Mr. Chair. And thank you for the opportunity today. First, let me accept the committee's, I think, wonderfully suggested amendments. and I'm happy to accept those. This committee held 3 oversight hearings to the recent revelations of cozy and, in some cases, perhaps criminal relationship between the Public Utilities Commission and its regulated utilities. In those hearings, Mr. Chair, you asked a number of questions about the appropriateness of the PUC using ratepayer money to hire criminal attorneys. Last week, Assemblymember Bloom's Budget Subcommittee asked 2 additional questions of the PUC. 1, did the commissioners approve the $5.2 million contract? And 2, where did the money come from? Well, the answer to the first question was no. The commissioners did not approve the amount of money. And this is shocking in light of the second answer, because the PUC responded that the criminal attorney, and this is the important part, the criminal attorney will be paid for out of money that would have gone toward hiring legislatively authorized positions that would improve information technology, strategic planning, and training. It's worth noting that a recent audit of the PUC's gas safety branch criticized the PUC for not having a training budget. To put in context how much $5.2 million is, the PUC's gas safety program is only about $4.5 million a year. And 80% of that was reimbursed by the federal government. Ratepayers will pay as much in this one contract as they pay for 5 years of pipeline safety regulation. The PUC is undermining its ability to fulfill its statutory and constitutional responsibilities by hiring a criminal attorney. One would think that such a decision would be made by a vote of the commission. It was not. And the fact that the PUC is requesting more positions this year, despite liquidating existing positions to fund a criminal attorney, makes a mockery of our budget process. SB 18, as the committee proposes to amend it, would require 2 things. 1, the commissioners would have to vote to approve hiring a criminal attorney. 2, the PUC could not enter into a contract for criminal defense without a 30-day review of the Joint Legislative Budget Committee. These straightforward means of oversight would incentivize the PUC to be very clear on the purpose and scope of any proposal to spend money on criminal defense. I respectfully ask for an aye vote, members.
Very well. Do we have anybody out in the public supporting this bill? Anyone opposing? We have a motion. Can we table the motion to ask a question?
Just a question, I'm not an attorney. Just one reason I got elected, but anyway.
I think me too, actually, when you think about it.
Never mind. 30 days, is that an arbitrary number, or how'd you come up with that? I didn't know if decisions had to be made quickly. My background is strictly just local government, and sometimes you have to react quickly to litigation or make decisions. Yes, it has to be noticed, but I appreciate everything else. I just don't know what the 30 days came from, and whether that is a problem in some cases for other entities. I
think timeliness is certainly an issue that we raised, and it was my understanding that the 30 days would allow ample time to conduct a hearing and to move forward with it, but certainly open to, as the bill moves forward, to look at that more carefully to make sure. And I don't know either. I think 30 was, we selected that as a time that could work, allow the commission to take action if necessary, but also allow the legislature to do conduct its responsible job based on the legislation. But we'll look at that as it moves, if that's all right with the chair. But thank you.
It could become a precedent in other settings as well, and I just didn't know how quickly government entities had to respond. So I'm fine with voting it out today. Thank you.
Very well. So we have a motion. Thank you. And it's due pass to appropriations
As amended.
as amended. We do have amendments on the bill. Clerk, please call the roll.
Due pass is amended to appropriations. Wesso?
Aye.
Wesso, I. Fuller? Canella? Canella, I. Hertzberg? Hertzberg, I. Hill?
Aye.
Hill, I. Lara? Leyva? Leyva, I. McGuire? Morel? Pavley? Pavley, I. Wolk? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 0. You want it on call?
This is a tough one.
we're going to do is ask the absent members, they've got about 10 minutes to come and add on.
Oh, she won't be returning? Okay.
Would you like to,
Oh, okay.
I have to present a bill. Could you preside over the just addition of? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
We're going to open the roll in a couple of minutes.
Get the absent members, and after that, we'll adjourn.
No, you can borrow mine if you want. Did you leave it over there?
Okay.
Yeah, do you just want to?
All right, we're going to lift the call on the bills. We'll go through it once so we can excuse Mr. Hill. He's got important things to do. All right, let's go.
Okay. Item number 1, SB 18 Hill, due pass is amended to appropriations, current vote 6-0. Chair voting aye. Fuller, Lara, McGuire. McGuire, aye. Morel. Okay, so that one's out, 7-0.
Are we going to close the roll?
Keep it open.
Yeah, we'll keep it open for a couple more minutes. That was just the one we just had. Yeah. Did Senator Wolf
Yeah, she did. Oh,
Wolf, she double items.
okay. Can we open the roll?
Okay, we're going to open the roll on SB 18.
Thank you. Due pass is amended to appropriations. Wolk. Aye. Wolk, aye. So 8-0. And so we'll leave it
Okay,
on
that's
call.
8-0. We'll leave that on call for a couple more minutes. All right, next up is
Item number 5, SB 286 Hertzberg. Due pass is amended to appropriations. Current vote 7-0. Chair voting aye. Canella.
aye.
Canella, aye. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, aye. Laura. Wolk. Wolk, aye. That one's 10-0.
That's 10-0. That's all the votes, right?
Except for Laura. So I
Okay.
don't know. Are we waiting for Laura?
Yep. We'll leave it open for
Next item, item number 6, SB 539. Due pass is amended to appropriations. Current vote 5-0. With chair voting aye. Fuller. Hill. Hill, aye. McGuire. McGuire, aye. Morel.
SB 539, number 6.
Pavley. Aye. Pavley, aye. Wolk. Aye. Wolk, aye. 9-0.
Okay, that bill's out.
Yeah. Item number 7, SB 697, Hertzberg, due pass to appropriations. This is the consent calendar. Current vote 8-0. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, aye. Lara. Aye. Lara, aye. Wolk. Aye. Wolk, aye. So 11-0.
11-0, that bill is out.
Item number 8, SB 723, Pavley, due pass is amended to appropriations. Current vote 7-0. Chair voting aye. Hertzberg.
Aye.
Hertzberg, aye. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, aye. Lara.
Aye.
Lara, aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye. 11-0.
11-0, that bill is out.
Item number 9, SB 728, Morel, due passes amended to appropriations, current vote 6-0. Chair voting aye. Hertzberg?
Aye.
Hertzberg, aye. Hill?
Aye.
Hill, aye. Laura?
Aye.
Laura, aye. McGuire?
Aye.
McGuire, aye. Pavley? No. Pavley, no. 10 to 1.
10 to 1, that bill is out.
Close the roll.
Close the roll.
Item number 10, SB 765, Wolk, due pass to appropriations, current vote 6-2. Chair voting aye. Fuller? Lara?
Yes.
Lara, aye. McGuire?
Aye.
McGuire, aye. 8 to 2.
8 to 2, that bill is out. Roll is closed.
Item 11, SB 793, Wolk, due passes amended to appropriations. Chair, current vote 4-1. Chair voting aye. Canella?
No.
Canella, no. Hertzberg?
Aye.
Hertzberg, aye. Hill?
Aye.
Hill, aye. Laura?
Aye.
Laura, aye. McGuire?
Aye.
McGuire, aye. Morel?
No.
Morel, no. 8 to 3.
8 to 3, that bill is out. Roll is closed, and now we've,
Have
did
a
Laura
couple.
leave?
Okay, we have a couple that
So
are,
let's, now we've got everybody here, let's just go through it one last time, and we'll,
the ones that are
the
open.
ones that are open, yes.
Okay. Item number 1, SB Hill, due passes amended to appropriations, current vote 8-0. Chair voting aye. Fuller? Lara? Lara, aye. Morel? Morel, aye. 10-0.
10 to 0, that bill is out.
Item 5, SB 286, Hertzberg, due passes amended to appropriations, current vote 10-0. Lara?
286? Oh, aye.
Lara, aye. 11-0.
11-0, that bill is out.
And I think that is it.
That's it. All right. We will adjourn. Thank you.
Thank you.